Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Elden Ring, let's continue looking at various things I'm doing in New Game +1 with my Argo build. And here I'm fighting Morgott, and I went through Lanedale Capital and I picked up a lot of things that I missed my first playthrough, so this was an area that I was especially looking forward to. But there's the particular seal that will make the Dragon Communion spells more powerful, I think. There was a spell book that I missed because I have a lot of faith on this Argo. And then, as for my setup for this fight, I am summoning, what's his face? Ingvar or something. He's a summon that I haven't tried out yet. He has a halberd, looks like. And then I'm using the Knight Rider's halberd, infused with lightning, I think it is. Again, I'm letting the boss's weaknesses kind of dictate which build or which weapon I use. So I saw this guy was weak to slash, and then I think he doesn't have any particular weaknesses to elements, but he had no particular strength to lightning, so I picked that. I've heard that this guy is like a popular boss, like mechanically he's fun and popular. Again, this New Game +1. Not really going for like gameplay. One of these runs, I do want to go through solo all of them without summons. But I'm still kind of in that phase where I feel like I'm preparing my character. I'm collecting, different weapons or talismans or completing storylines or whatever. And I feel like after I am satisfied doing all that, then I will really start working on the bosses. But yeah, this Black Knight, or the Knight Rider halberd, is turning out to be really good. At first I didn't like it because it didn't have a stab attack, but for bosses it doesn't matter. And then I missed this first time. You can talk to Morgott after you beat him.
The Erd Tree wards off all who deign approach.
It's very strange how, like, after you beat certain bosses, they'll return to, like, human size. I don't know what that is. And funnily enough, we can talk to him again, and he keeps talking.
Claim the title of Elden Lord. Thy deeds shall be met with failure.
But yeah, interesting character. He's actually kind of noble. Alright, and then I was working on Alexander's storyline. I want to get his kind of talisman at the end. So I've been working on his storyline, and here I can summon him against the fire giant. And then I'm going to go through this without a shield, so I'm going to wear some bulkier armor. The Lionel armor. And then I have the, the Sacred Seal, so I can cast heal. Maybe I can do a big AoE heal Alexander as well, but totally forgot to do that. And then here, I think I have the same setup actually. The Knight Rider's halberd with the lightning infusion. And to be honest, I don't find this fire giant that difficult. Maybe it's because I'm summoning somebody every time, but I don't know. I hear people say, like, he's the worst boss, the hardest boss, but not too difficult. Just kind of stay under him, as much as possible. Learn the timing to roll through his, like, big plate attacks. Put on some fire resistance. And then he'll do some, like, attacks where, like, fire comes out of the ground. It's very telegraphed, it glows red where it's going to come out, so you just don't stand there and it's fine. I don't know. I don't find this guy super tough. But yeah, with summoning Alexander, I can't ride the horse, which I was worried about. Because I find riding the horse useful in this fight, but I thought I would try it with this. Whoops. Finally got hit. And then I just realized this after the fact, but I could have been two-handing this halberd to get extra damage in there, but whatever. And this Lionel armor looks pretty funny if you're not wearing the helmet. But that's a rule that I'm trying to observe as much as possible during this run, is I never use a helmet on Argo here. I want to be reminded at all times that this is an Argo cosplay run. But in playing Argo, I got an idea for another run, another new character. Okay, here's the fire coming from the ground. See, look at that. Easy to dodge. But I was looking at Argo's weapons, and there's one that I never really use, and that's the Ripple halberd. It's interesting because it scales with arcane and nothing else. And then you can't put an Art of War on it, an Ash of War, rather. So scales off of one stat, which usually weapons don't scale off of, and then you can't use any like special skills on it or put different elements onto it. It's going to be elementless forever. But what you can do is that you can infuse it by using incantations or sorceries. You can put holy damage on it, or fire damage, or lightning damage. And then there are all of the grease items. And I was thinking, maybe I could, you know, base a run off of just that weapon, and then putting the appropriate elements on it, or status effects or whatever. That might be an interesting run. And then from the Nier Reincarnation point of view, maybe Noelle would be good for that. I would be loading up on her arcane, and then it might be fun to do like a dragon theme with her, so she can use the dragon type spells, and then maybe limit her to like dragon other items or armor or whatever. That might be a fun build. But if I were to do that, I'd want to maybe limit it to like level 150 or something. This Argo, I'm just taking him as far as it will go. He's at like level 260 now. But in order to do co-op, you know, you want to have levels closer to other people. And 150 seems to be like a standard, so that might be a fun build to do for co-op's sake. Okay. So here we're in the phase 2 of the fire giant, and here I find that he can't hit me too often if I'm behind him. This is harder to do, of course, if you're the only target, but if I have a helper, like Alexander, who's immune to fire damage, that's very helpful. And yeah, this armor is protecting me pretty well. Kind of looks silly, and it doesn't really match the Argo theme, but yeah. With no shield here, kind of felt like I wanted to take advantage of it. Good fire resistance, too. Alright, but yeah, we're just running to the legs, just getting some hits in there. We do less damage on the legs, but I'm fine with that. Giant hunt skill, and there he goes. Okay. Yeah, fire giant. Not that bad. Okay, someday I'll try him solo. Maybe I'll have something different to say then. Okay, next. Let's go against Commander Niall in the Castle Sol. In, where is it? The mountaintop of the giants? I need to beat this guy so I can get half of the medallion, so I can make it to the consecrated snowfield. And then in the consecrated snowfield especially, I can get a lot of the smithing stones to max out some weapons. That's kind of the main reason why I'm going through here. And Commander Niall, he will summon a couple guys, so just to even the odds, I will summon some of my guys too. This is like 4 of the headless soldiers. For Morgott, I summoned the unique 1, the single summon. But here there's 4. And they seem pretty good. They're pretty tanky. They can teleport, so they're actually kind of maneuverable. And then I'm using a Morgott spear, because he has the AoE. Maybe I could use that against multiple guys. I haven't used this Morgott spear in a very long time. Also tried to do that with the Grand Sax. I kind of felt like these two were a little bit too strong. But yeah, I've been testing out different spears, different halberds, different Ashes of War. And I can approximate, you know, the effects of these two weapons. Not as strong, obviously, but yeah. Lots of options in this game. And I just can't stop thinking about all of the potential builds that I can make. This game has replay value, I feel like, even more than other Dark Souls games. Yeah, it's just all in the builds. If you don't care, you know, if you have your one single build and you enjoy playing that, then maybe the game would not have as much replay value. But yeah, for the people that enjoy, you know, trying out lots of stuff, you know, seeing everything that a game has to offer, then yeah, there is a ton in this game. And it always kind of feels like an adventure to like kind of go through the world and collect the items and the things that you need for your build that you have in mind. So yeah, very cool experience every time so far. Okay, and then we will accomplish something that I was very much looking forward to. The conclusion of Nephili, her storyline. So she was kind of following her father, the head of the Round Table, but she was feeling disillusioned. And then I gave her the ash of the king of the storm, I think. And then that kind of inspired her. And then I talked to Kenneth Haight, and he was like, "I'm looking for a leader to lead Limgrave." And so now we're in the throne room of Stormvale Castle, and we see Nephili and Kenneth. And then Kenneth Haight has kind of selected her to be the next ruler. And she seems ready for it. So yeah, she like found her purpose.
Again, I am Nephili Lu, warrior.
Yeah, I always really liked her, and I was kind of sad to not advance her story in the first playthrough, but was able to get it here.
I cannot express how much you've helped me.
And then she will give us an ancient dragon smithing stone, so that's perfect.
Should you become Elden Lord, I would gladly.
But I'm running out of weapons to use those on.
Farewell, fellow warrior.
I've pretty much kind of decided which weapons are the ones that I really enjoy using.
Your guidance and your fight surely lie elsewhere.
Alright, we'll talk to Kenneth. He seemed like a blowhard the first time we met him, but he turned out to be a good guy.
Good. Quite. I have indeed selected a new ruler. Lady Nephili is strong and just, worthy of the burden of Limgrave's lineage.
But yeah, he does seem to have the best interests in mind for Limgrave.
For the time being, I share command of the castle with my.
And it was cool to say, or to see, when Nephili was like, you know, if and when you become Elden Lord, I will help you. That's super awesome. And then it kind of makes me think, like, you know, who would be the next leaders for each of the areas?
For the time being, I share command.
Maybe Renara would stay in Liania of the Lakes.
You, is it?
Lanedale Castle. I guess that would be me, because I was sitting at the Erd Tree at the ending.
Lady's attendant. Freedom was
Mountaintops of the Giants and the, what do you call it? Consecrated Snowland. Seemed pretty empty. Didn't seem like there was anybody to rule there. Hallig Tree, I wonder.
Still, I have the lady's trust.
Alright, here is Gostock. He's a shopkeeper. He only has one new item by getting this ending. But it is another ancient dragon smithing stone, so yeah, we'll pick that up too. Alright, that will do it for here. From now, I have to go through Fadum Azura and then finish Alexander's quest. And then also the Volcano Manor. I want to live stream that. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.